All right, here we go.
It's great. Our game's on right now.
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the Fix This Build That Sunday Night Live show. I'm Brad.
And I'm Susan.
And go Titans.
Yay, Titans.
AFC
we should be wearing
South
Titans
champions.
Gear.
Whatever.
I think I said that last week too,
yeah.
but
AFC
very
South
excited.
champions, and we are excited.
We are.
What a ending to the game. So if you're a Texans fan,
we're sorry.
sorry
but not
about
that
your luck.
sorry.
But we let you
I mean,
back
we're
in
sorry,
it anyway.
but
sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
It is all good. But yeah, so hope everybody has had a awesome New Year.
Yeah.
2021.
That just happened, right? It's like
today's the
it
third.
Feels like it's
So
like
yes.
the whole winter break time.
Third day of 2021, and we're
Just gets
feeling
blurry.
good. We had a very uneventful but fun
Yep.
New Year's Eve with the kids. This was actually the first year that we let them stay up.
Oh my
so
gosh.
that was fun. We
It
have
was
three
the
of
first
them.
year they made it.
First year they made it up. And yeah, I hope everybody else had a happy and safe New Year. And we're excited about 21. We'll talk about some stuff that's going on. But the project I'm working on right now, just as a little sneak peek, check this out, friends. This looks like a Oreo with no top. But it is cherry and walnut ingrain. But the secret is here. So this is
Mind-bending.
mind-boggling sliding dovetail cutting board, and whoop, it actually slides because that's what sliding dovetails do.
Otherwise, it would just be stationary.
Yeah, now, this is kind of fun. It's I put a magnet in it. Watch this. Oh,
Yay!
so it just kind of stops there.
Don't have it crash into the laptop.
Stops. Yeah. So this is part of the project that I'm working on. This was the first prototype, and the next one is actually going to have a dovetail here and here. So I'll let you wrap your mind around that and how that works. But it's called the impossible dovetail joint.
That's right.
And that's the project that we're working on right now. I'm super excited about it. So we're going to be putting that out as the next project, first one of 2021. Kicking it off right with something pretty cool. So who all do we have in here? Who do we have in the chat? Since here Bird Dog walks in the chat, popcorn in hand. Let's see here. We got Elliot. We got Nailbender, John, Friedrich. What's up, John? Oh, Josh. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Brian Farth, JD, Wood Butcher, Larry. How's it going, Larry?
JD's here.
JD, Travis Porter.
Travis.
Love it, man. Love it. Andrew
Yep.
Strong, what's going on? And
Onesimo says,
One
looks like a
Simo?
Minecraft slab.
it does
I think
look like
our kids
like
would
a
totally
Minecraft
approve.
cutting board.
Yes.
That's what maybe what I should title it to go for the younger ones. Let's hear here. Bird Dog says, I was waiting on you guys over on YouTube. Well, we are there now. So Instagram folks, come over on YouTube. It's Fix This Build That Live. We are live right now, and it's way better. Up North Woodworks, what's up? We got Incus Wood over on Instagram. Tavion York, sorry. Loving the garage organization, Sean says. Thank you, Sean.
Good.
We got David from Australia. We got Vasquez from Chile. Duvy saying, go Saints. Who dat? And this guy says, man, your wife is hot. Yes, she is.
I'll take it.
Campfire Designs. Awesome, man. Hope you enjoy the cabinet plans. DW Wood Shop, what is up? Oops, somebody just jumped out of bed.
Yeah, we can hear a lot of motion upstairs.
Just another loser is the name, but he loves the vids. Yeah.
You're not a loser if you love the vids.
No, you're not.
You're just not a loser in general.
No, that's right. That's right.
Don't claim that.
There we go. All right, cool. So anyway, that's what we got going on. Before we jump into and I guess I kind of jumped forward. I kind of reversed it instead of what's going on and then what's coming.
Yeah.
But whatever. But
Rule
before we
breaker.
jump in any further, I do want to go over and
I thought we were doing the beer. I'm so excited.
No. Thank a few new members to the Builders Club. And if you're not familiar with the Builders Club, I'll talk about that in just a second. We had 4 new folks. We had Trav McAvaddy, we had Jamie Perez, Carol Wolfy, and Chris Truex. So thank you so much, guys, for joining. And basically, the Fix This Build That Builders Club is the inner circle of the Fix This Build That audience where they get updates throughout the week. I was showing them some stuff about the board earlier in the CNC work I was doing on it. Early access to videos, free plans, credits in videos, as well as shout outs in the live, which they just got. So if you're interested in any information about that, you can head down to fixthisbuildthat.com/builders club. And if you're on YouTube, you know exactly where that is because it's on the screen. If you're on Instagram, you don't see anything. You just see me sitting here talking.
You should come over.
You should come over.
Yep.
Yeah.
The water's fine.
The water is fine. All right. So what's coming up this week is what I just talked about. And that's what I've been working on. So I've kind of been...
We covered it.
We covered it.
We're ahead of the game in 2021.
I know.
What else is coming up this week? I guess just the video, right?
Yeah.
Kids go back to school? Not really. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Our kids are distance learning all week because of COVID numbers around here.
Yeah. Around here.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting.
Like Counting Crows up in this piece.
Oh my gosh, I love the Counting Crows.
I know, Counting Crows.
Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head.
Yes.
That's all right.
So.
Yeah. So
hopefully
maybe you're in the same boat.
Your kids
maybe
are going
not.
back to school. Ours are not.
Right.
At least not for the first week.
Foreseeable future.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited about 2020. So maybe we'll just talk about that for a minute. We're excited about 2021.
Yes.
We
got goals.
We got goals.
We're gonna take over the world.
We're
like Pinky in the Brain.
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. We are planning out. We're kind of in the midst of it right now, obviously. Susan's ahead of me, I guess. But we're planning out all the projects for 2021. And I talked about it a little bit last week, but 2021 is going to be a big, kind of like just learning and exploratory year for us. And it's going to be about, building our skills and exploring new things. And that's kind of going to be the motto and slogan for the year. And so we're going to be doing a lot more interesting stuff, and I'd love to hear y'all's feedback about it, what you guys like, stuff like dovetail cutting board, like you think that's cool. We're going to do some hidden features. We're going to be doing some more electronics work, pulling in some possibly more 3D printing. I've been doing 3D printing on the side, not really put it into a lot of videos. I have dabbled in it in a couple videos.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever shown them the puzzle thing that you printed? The puzzle of evil or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the puzzle of evil. We had the puzzle of evil.
I'm telling you.
So I'm a big Chris Ramsey fan who, he's a YouTuber who does puzzles and puzzle boxes and solves different puzzles, but he's also been doing some like 3D printed puzzles. And there's this website called Thingiverse where you can go download 3D STL files. An STL file is something you can send to your 3D printer and print it with, different types of filament. And basically you can print like these puzzles. It's really cool. And there's this one called the Puzzle of Evil, and it is aptly named. It's only 4 pieces, but it's like the hardest thing ever. There's 2 sides to it, an easy and hard. Yeah. And my son and I have both. My son solved the easy part in literally under 5 minutes.
He was just messing around and bam,
and then it just fell. It's one of those things where you might be able to fall into it, but then it's been like weeks and he can't solve it again.
Well, but would you like to sell the more complete picture of the story?
Then it took me hours.
And it was so frustrating
weeks.
For you because he
Cole
was the only one who had solved it.
My 12-year-old solved it in
who just kind of like things just come easy to him sometimes.
It was not
so
fun.
Brad always likes to,
But yeah,
do that stuff too.
But it's all good.
It's all good.
So 3D printing, we're having fun with that, and yes, the puzzles. So anyway, that's what's coming in 2021. So we're excited to have you guys along for the ride and looking forward to it. I didn't see is Panhandle Woodworks on here?
I have not seen Panhandle.
Oh my gosh, who is this? Made by Nashville. Whew.
What?
Ryan. Where you been, bro? Where you been? All right, I'm just gonna check real quick.
So there's a name here. Hello, Darkness.
Hello, Dark. Oh yeah,
And makes me wanna sing the song.
That's a preview into Hello, Darkness. A little preview into the video. I'm kind of leaning into just my goofiness a little bit more in the videos too. Toddy Creates just got the flip tops, dude. Awesome.
Right.
Why not plywood through the top instead of 1x2? Toddy, because because those spacers need to be exact 3/4 of an inch, not undersized, which plywood is. Now, I don't see Rick on here, but we're gonna go ahead.
Look at Made by Nashville. We'll have a big collab with Made by Nashville 2021. A lot of big things going on.
All right, so we have
He's
not.
Just claiming it.
I know we don't have our benefactor today, but
he's not
we're
with
gonna
us.
go. So beer of the week.
Maybe he'll watch it later.
Maybe he will. Beer of the week: High and Hazy IPA from Terrapin Beer Co.
First of all,
Athens, Georgia.
beautiful can. It looks very summery and nice.
It's a soft, juicy, hazy, drinkable, bitterless, fruity, mango, delicious, pillowy.
Great.
Wow, luscious.
Pillowy, luscious.
They just have like 30 adjectives
Hoppy,
here.
chewy, grapefruit, cloudy, dank. Dank is on here. Fluffy, sticky, foggy.
Pungent.
So it's just a bunch of words they picked.
It's just a bunch of words. But this was courtesy of Rick Reeder from Panhandle Woodworks. So
cheers.
Cheers.
2021.
It smells like
it smells really good.
Yeah, it smells. It smells like a good hazy. Oh yeah.
Ooh, I like this.
It's tasty.
It's like fruity, not too crazy hoppy.
Fruity Amaluti.
What is it called? High-end hazy
IPA. So
yeah,
it's
Susan's
good. Favorite from Sierra Nevada is the hazy little thing. So we definitely like hazies. So
this
big shout
really
out to Rick from
Rick.
Panhandle Woodworks for sending that over. Thank you so much.
Is this like available locally?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to start
Georgia.
looking.
So
I don't know.
There you go.
Thank you.
And we'll go back to the main can. All right, cool. And hopefully the main can.
Oh,
that's
gotcha.
yeah.
I think you said namekin. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Namekin. Yeah.
You never know.
I'll get.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's see here. We got some questions. We're gonna jump in and start answering questions. If you're on Instagram, it's way easier to have your questions in YouTube because they're all queued up for us here, and you can actually kind of tag us and show it. So we are at FixThisBuild.live on Instagram.
That's right.
We'll still hit your questions, but
so
it's just a lot easier.
Larry Usanier says, question for you, making a workbench with cedar 4x4. Should I use screws or bolts to build it?
For cedar, Larry, I would go with bolts because cedar is very soft and screws are going to have a harder time grabbing in the soft wood and they'll be easier to tear out. So if you have that bolt and you're compressing the wood versus screwing it together, you're going to have a better time of it. And that's assuming that you want it to be, movable and where you can break it down. You could obviously glue it and then do a kind of weighted through tenon joint on the top as well. But if you are going to fasten it with fasteners, I would use through bolts definitely on the base. And then, you can figure out how to do the top depending upon what you're interested in. You probably won't do bolts on the top unless you have some clever way of doing it, but I would use bolts for the base.
Yep. All right. We got some people saying, hey, David Parseth is here. It sounds like he's from Australia, tuning in. Hello, Darkness.
The birdsong call. What was that?
Birdsong said his kids are heading back to school for in-person learning in front of computers in the school building. That stinks.
Hey, man.
I mean, listen, at least they're at school,
I don't care what
guess.
they're doing when they're at school.
That's not true.
I don't. If they're going to be doing the same exact thing.
Ideally, I would like them to have actual teacher instruction.
I'm just saying. I just want them out of the house because we've had.
It is really hard to work when they're home. I can't even imagine with little kids.
For the last 9 months, we've had at least one kid at home schooling.
That's true.
Or on summer break.
And he's going back.
Right. And so
tomorrow.
I'm just ready because I don't do well. Do well, and our office is right there. It's my issue, not his. But at the same time, we want them to be
well, and we know
in
that
a safe way.
He needs that social interaction. He's ready to go back. It's all good.
It's all good. Let's see what we got over here on Instagram.
Who else was that? Travis says his daycare provider has COVID, so they have to work around twins for the week.
Oh,
that's
good luck
tough
with that,
too.
my friend.
Good luck, Travis.
Cedar Duck Woodworking, what's up, man? We got Guatemala. We got John B. What's up? Hey, off topic. What camera do I use for DIY videos?
It is on
Sissoni. I'm going with that. You can head over to fixthisbuild.com/tools, and all my stuff is listed out there. So everything I use, my lens, my computer, my tripod, all that good stuff there. My mic's all about it. Let's see here. This thing, I don't know why yours does this, but it overlaps when there's double thing.
I know. I don't know why it does it either.
I think it's wearing.
Take it up with
all the content. He's loving the content. The side table, the hidden drawer was fun to watch. Thank you, man. Box MFG,
good.
What is up? Happy New Year to you as well. Let's see here. Made at Home, Texas. Any tips on doing your first live on Instagram or Facebook? Ooh, I haven't had that question in a long time. Yeah, the biggest tip I would say is just do it. Just do it, and you're gonna stink, and be okay with that.
Stinking
tips for the first live on Instagram or Facebook. You're gonna feel awkward.
Yes.
You're gonna feel awkward.
I've never told you this, but I kind of wanted to quit after the first two. I was like, I don't know. I'm so nervous out there. It's giving me anxiety.
It's going to feel weird.
And it took a month or two, and then finally I was like, meh.
So okay. I've been doing lives
forever.
Every Sunday night I really should go back and look, but it's over 4 years now. And so it's all very comfortable to me. I'm very comfortable reading the things, reading the questions, and kind of working. Oh, Panda Rick is on. He's on. He's over on Instagram. What's up, Rick? Thank you for the beer, my man.
Yay! Thank you, Rick. It's great. We love it.
Rick, is it? And I know I would read it redder, but is it redder or reader? Let me know. I would assume.
How is it spelled?
It's R-E-D-E-R. So it's a redder.
I don't know.
But I'm kind of thinking that it's reader. But anyway, so yeah, just go on the lives. Let's see here. Can you, my Scribble Creations, can you two just do a random word at the same time and see if you guys say the same thing?
Just any word?
Which is hilarious because, so we watched 22 Jump Street last night.
It's so stupid and funny.
Where the twins across the hall, they start doing it and they're like saying the same words and they did it.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Biddy. Those are two good ones. It's the cat that hangs on our front porch and the thing that our kids talk about the most.
Yes.
Poop.
They were definitely like on topic for us.
Sagel, does compact design furniture affect structural integrity?
What is it? No, I missed it.
Compact design is just saying.
Oh,
I was just laughing.
You're still laughing.
It doesn't have to if it's designed well. I mean, you can have a compact design and still be strong. Naughty Woodcraft, what's up? Odark 30. Warland, okay. Building the miter saw and around the channel in front of the fence. I put my channel behind the fence, actually, Warland. And we got Claudio. What's up, Claudio? Campos in the house. Longy, okay, so it is reader. Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I thought it was, but then I saw the spelling.
You were correct.
I was like,
yeah.
First time on the show from Lawton, Oklahoma, the Woodshop. What's up, Woodshop? CF Mama. What's up, CF Mama? Goals for this year are to start my woodworking business. What beginner advice do you have? I got an easy answer for you on that. CF Mama, head over to Made for Profit, John Malecki and I's podcast. Yep. We will have a ton of information for you over there. We are in hiatus right now, but we have 125 plus episodes that we talk about all kinds of that stuff, how to get started, marketing, pricing, how to do social media, where to find buyers, and then a ton of interviews with people who have gone before you and lots of cool learning lessons. So go check that out.
Yeah. All right, I've got a question over here.
Yeah.
Josh Friedrich says, still fairly new to rabbits. What way do you suggest doing them?
I like to do like a pin, but you got to have at least 5 feet on that fence because they could jump super high.
I could tell from the beginning. We need a button I can push whenever a bad dad joke is coming. We need one of these in our house all the time.
So if we were in Europe, we would say rebates. That's how they say it. Rebates.
Instead of rabbits?
They say rebates.
Really?
So rabbits with a E. Rabbits. I still do rabbits with a dado stack mostly. Sometimes I'll do. It depends upon what it is and where it is. I will. What I'm cutting it into, because a lot of times I will do it with a dado stack. If it's a carcass side, I'll do it with a dado stack. If it is something smaller like a picture frame, I will do it just with a regular saw blade and do pass vertical and a pass horizontal because those pieces are smaller. Obviously, I don't want to be running a big 20-inch panel vertically because that's just not safe or easy to control. I have done them on the router table as well. Works well there. But my preference is to do it on the table saw. Secondary would be the router table.
All right.
Router table, but if you have a router table, that is a very easy way to do it. And you can get them super clean because one of the things with table saw, especially if you have to do multiple passes, is that you can get all that, like it's not a flat bottom because most of us have alternating tooth bevel. You get the Batman wings, the Batman ears up there, and so it's not like a flat dado, or a rabbit, it's kind of weird.
Can I just say that some of the names of things in woodworking are silly? Dados, rabbits, batwing ears is what I just heard. But okay, leave it at that.
That's what happens sometimes.
Mickey wants to know, when will your hat be back in stock? It's a great question.
Mickey.
Without a solid answer at the time.
The answer to that would be
if we had like a
indeterminate. We need the magic 8 ball.
Right, it would be like
answer unclear.
Yeah.
Check
exactly,
again.
Right. All sides point to no.
Yeah. We don't have any active plans of getting the back in stock will be the short answer.
Yep.
The longer answer is we've been trying to get out of having to do things ourselves, and that was one of the things I was shipping. So like if anybody bought a hat from me,
or
my
a t-shirt,
hands personally boxed it up and shipped it.
Yep.
And so that's something we're trying to get away from, and so we're doing that with shirts right now. So we're selling out of all of our shirts. We only have just a couple left, and then we are going to be going to online provider that drop ships for us. The hats aren't as easy because like I want like the nice hats, and most people don't do that. So I'd have to buy them, then ship them to them, and kind of have a fulfillment center, and that kind of defeats the purpose because they're not print on demand. So I don't know. But we do get a lot of requests for it, so I might have to just bite the bullet. Because it's not like, if we just do hats, it's not that big of a deal.
And I mean, like, and what I'm going to say is
also,
like,
if we did a pre-order and then we're like,
right,
okay, here's how many we get.
That'd be good.
I'll commit to that at some point this year.
You heard it here first.
At
some point this year. Sometime in 2021, he's going to get it done.
I can make a 362-day commitment.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go back over here to the Instagrams. Favorite hardware for floating shelves, Mr. Caverly. Rockler makes some that I've used and that I kind of like. It's like it's like just a little plate, then it has a rod that comes out that screws in. That's the only type I've ever used, and they worked pretty well. Vargas Workshop, what is up? Plywood that I typically use is Baltic birch.
That's right. I could have answered that one.
Yeah, I know.
Give it to me. Yeah, no. Dave Waits wants to know if you have any welding projects lined up in the near future.
Dave, what's up, man?
Dave.
I don't at the moment. I've got a lot of stuff that. So my biggest drawback I got a lot of stuff in my mind, but my biggest drawback is I'm going to try to finish my. That's something I always go and I stop and then I don't finish the thing. I finish it in my head, but not out loud. So I know that's probably frustrating. So I'll try not to do that. But I have a lot of projects in my head that I like. The biggest drawback is my space. And welding in this space is just not fun, easy, or possibly even safe. And so I've really pulled back on it. I only did like 2 welding projects this year. I did like 4 the year before that. So I do have a lot of ideas, but I really want to get a better space and a better setup for it because I get this little junky table and it's kind of hard to get square on. So no, I don't have anything in the short near-term future, but I would love to get set up better so that I can do that because I do enjoy it. It's fun. It's a good skill to have. Brown BW just scored a used saw stop. Congrats on that. That's how I bought mine. Needs adjustment. Do I have a recommendation for alignment? Yeah. I would definitely, the 2 major things you want to check, I'll say like 3. The 3 major things you want to check are your fence alignment, obviously. So make sure that let me back up because you want to start with this one. Make sure that your blade is parallel to the miter slot, first of all. Once your blade is parallel to the miter slot, then you can make sure your fence is parallel to both of those. So those would be 2 things. And then the third would be getting the, I'm not as worried about the stops because I typically hone it in. So that would be like another one that you could look at if you want to, like the 45-degree positive stop and that stuff, or even the angles. I don't really care because I just measure them to what I need to cut. But and then getting your tables parallel and flat, or coplanar, I guess, not parallel, but coplanar across the whole thing so that everything slides smoothly. If you have those 3 things in place, then you're going to be doing pretty good. And assuming that it goes up and down and tilts and everything nice and smoothly, which it probably should. You might just have to go in there and clean some stuff out. But yeah, those would be the 3 things, and the 2 are the most important. Blade parallel to miter slot, fence parallel to both of those as well. But yeah, congrats on that. It'll serve you well for many years, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, no problem. The Trank. Hey, Trank, if you head over to YouTube, Fix This Build That Live, it'll be way better over there, my man. The audio is much, much better. See these microphones? These don't work on Instagram. They do work on YouTube, though. Mm-hmm. Justin Williams, 258. Happy New Year to you as well. All right, we got Carpentier Malabar from Argentina. Tiger Tails, addicted to MFP, only on episode 5. You do have a long way to go. Right? Enjoy it. Let's see here. SW Knives with unlimited resources. What tool would I buy next? And Lucas, what is up, my man? With unlimited resources, the tool I would buy next. I'm going to phrase this. I'm going to, not phrase it. What am I saying? I'm going to frame this a little bit differently. If I was not a content creator and I had unlimited resources, the tool I'd buy next would be a domino, for sure.
What's a domino?
Festool.
Oh. But what does it actually do?
It joins. It's like a biscuit, or not a biscuit, but a doweling machine. It's like a biscuit joiner and a doweling machine on steroids.
Okay.
It's floating tenon. Makes
Sounds
like a floating
fancy.
tenon.
The name is cool too.
I actively, at this point in time, avoid Festool because of all the connotation that comes with it, and I don't have to build for speed. So, that's not part of my process. If I was selling products for profit and trying to make as many as I could, domino would be like no-brainer. But I don't, and so I won't. So then for me, as a content creator, like the tool that I would buy next would be a new shop. With unlimited resource, and then I could fill it in with all the tools that I want.
Made by Nashville's on fire over here. He says, I need a shirt, but I need both of your hands to touch it and to pack it up.
Well,
you better order a size small, because we got some of those.
Yeah, I can wipe my brow with it, Ryan,
exactly.
if you like.
You can just never wash it.
Get a little bit extra DNA on there for you. Z's Woodworking, do you believe most people tend to care if you use pocket holes versus dowels versus traditional joinery
on the person,
when
right?
selling basic furniture?
Basic furniture?
Z's, that's a good question. That's a great question to kind of go hand in hand with what I just talked about. I'm going to say that when you framed it basic furniture, I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
But there is one thing that all customers want, and that's a quality product.
Well, yeah.
But
they also want dirt cheap prices.
But there's a difference between, I agree, but there's a difference between making something with pocket hole joinery and using proper construction methods. And there's another thing of joining stuff with pocket hole joinery, not using the right construction methods and kind of slapping it together. And then after they've had it in their house for 6 months, it starts getting big gaps in movement and possibly even cracking or warping. Right.
Or if they're like exposed pocket holes.
Sure.
That's not a great look.
So that would be the caveat, is that, I'm a firm believer in pocket holes, as you guys pretty well know. And I build a lot of stuff in it, but I do it in a way where they're hidden. If I'm ever using pocket holes, they're either hidden or plugged and painted. And if I've built plenty of tables and aprons that have pocket hole joinery, and it's great. But if you do if you use 2x4s for use 2x4s for the top, and then like don't trim off the rounded edges, and then just pocket hole it and don't use glue, and then pocket hole a breadboard onto the end, that's gonna be a really junky table, and it's gonna look like crap in 6 months. And so it's all about how you use the methods as well as what they are, right? So in the same token, like you could build something with mortise and tenon and have it look like junk, and have something built with pocket holes look way better. So, but good question. And that's where you'll see higher end, the more you charge, the more people are going to want you to be using, what they consider high-end woodworking. Vargas Workshop, thank you much. And Eric Piddington, what's up? Thank you, dude. Table saw of choice, Montman, saw stop, for sure. Hubbard, what happened to Made for Profit? I don't know, man. I keep asking myself the same thing.
Where'd it go?
Small benchtop joiners, a waste of time. Want one for the chopping boards and the like. Are they? Yes, Donga. In my opinion, small benchtop joiners are a waste of time. I do not like them. P-Nice, what's up, my man? So, prefer a domino joiner than a biscuit joiner. Yes, Eric, absolutely 100%. Biscuit joiners.
You're just blasting through them over there.
Biscuit joiners don't add any structural integrity for like a face frame joint, whereas dominoes do. Biscuit joiners are basically made for alignment, and you get a little bit of glue surface, so they do add a little bit, but nothing compared to a domino. All right, cool. Julio says, I'm boring you to death. Take you for coffee.
What?
We'll have beers. She's reading comments.
I'm reading comments. I'm trying to, you're just talking shop stuff, which I have very little to contribute. So I figure.
All good. Let's go. What do we got over on the?
Lots of people saying lots of things over here on
Jill,
the YouTubes. Jill's here. Jill's thinking about renting some electrical and insulation before she hangs her shop cabinets. There's a whole combo going on about that. Lipinski wanted to know about your commission work and how much you got last time. I said, didn't really do it.
I was reading Chris Norton's question. It says, and all I read is, what's in the gap between your bottom? And I was like, wow, bottom
Chris.
and top cabinets. But then I also compressed some words there.
We see where your brain goes.
Thought things were getting out of hand.
You were the guy that thought poop earlier, so I'm not surprised.
There you go.
It all tracks.
That's the answer.
Checks out. Anyway, so yeah, we're just reading lots of questions. I'm not bored.
So what did it say? What is the height of the gap between the bottom and top cabinets? Chris?
Yes.
Traditional, the height would be 18 inches. Mine is 19.
He likes to go 1 inch further.
Mine is 19 is because of this guy right here, and I'm doing, I don't know if...
this guy right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not that one. It's actually these two. Because those are 18 inches tall, and so I gave it a little bit of leeway, so I just went up a bit so I could fit those underneath. Because I've been using those for many years now. And
there was another question that I thought was very apropos. How do you stay motivated during a bigger project? I find myself sitting in a shop and getting nothing done. This is Big Willie's garage. And I started to write back on your behalf, but then I thought maybe you should tackle that one.
How do you
stay motivated on a big project when you just don't feel like doing it?
Sitting in the shop.
I was going to say,
listen, Big Willie,
he has a deadline he has to meet.
Yeah.
That's usually what does it.
But you're a man after my own heart, Big Willie. I feel you. There are many times where I tend to be an overthinker, if that is any surprise to you guys. I tend to be an overthinker and an overanalyzer, and what that leads to is analysis paralysis, is what I like to say. And that's where you just sit there and stare at something and just like think like, oh, I could do it this way or I could do it that way. And like, instead of just, this is the direct opposite of my good friend John Malecki, who just goes headlong into everything and just figures it out at the end. And does a very good job with that. But I like to have a plan going in and know exactly what I'm doing and all that good stuff. And so sometimes during the middle of a project, I will get like, I don't know what I want to do.
Or the project kind of shifts,
But the answer is always just do the next thing. So it's like the whole adage of eating an elephant one bite at a time. So instead of thinking about the entire thing, like, oh, how's this going to work and fit? It's like, okay, make the best decision you have with what you have in front of you. And just start. And so don't worry about 5 steps ahead. Worry about the 1 step that's right in front of you. And that's what typically gets me, is just like, all right, let me just I'm not going to worry about the big project. If I have to cut some boards to length, I'm going to cut the boards to length. I'm not going to worry about how I join them later. I'll get to that when I get to that. And that's what I typically do, because I'm typically worrying about something down the road.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, what can I do next?
I
also will clean shop. That always seems to help me. Just
to
get
vacuum.
Going, because I think it's just doing something, right?
Yes.
Just getting into motion. So instead of sitting, like, if you find yourself sitting there, go ahead and like start cleaning up your shop, because once you start cleaning up the shop, you'll just like get into that, that like, I think motion and activity kind of breeds more motion and activity.
And I will add, and this is sort of joking and sort of serious, I think another thing you do is come in and talk to me and get a snack. He usually goes and gets some salt and vinegar chips or a made good or a dew or something. And then he just comes in, or all three, drones his sorrows, chats with me for a bit. But honestly, and I'm the same way with when I'm writing, when I'm on the computer, if I get stuck and I'm just like, I don't know what I want to do next. If I get up and walk around and go do something and leave and then come back, suddenly when you kind of have fresh eyes on the situation, sometimes you just have been sitting in that posture for too long and you need to just break out of that and come back.
But what also helps me is...
and maybe having goals
music,
along the way. Yes.
Whenever I plug in and if I want to actually get going and just get into action,
what
it's music.
What are your pump up the jams music?
Pump up the jams, pump it up. It's typically pop meets country.
Yeah.
On the YouTube music.
Would you like to tell them what my pump up the jams music is?
Hers is classical.
That's actually more my tune out the children in the background. I'm trying to write something.
Or natural,
love classical music.
Natural radio also on
natural
YouTube
radio
music. That's it's like
is it like
Imagine
Aboriginal
Dragons.
music or something?
The song "Natural" from Imagine Dragons.
Okay. I was like, what does natural sound like? It's the rainforest in the background.
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Alan Leland, he says, "Thank you for the knowledge." Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have over here on the gram. I'm actually going to get going on the gram here in just a second. Most trips to the hardware store you've ever taken in one project? Kelly Rutledge.
Dude, that is a great question.
Oh, gosh. I mean,
that's so scary. In one project ever.
Well, I'm just going to go to because that's too nebulous because, I mean, that would be so
big
many.
vocab word there, nebulous.
That would be so many because I've had projects that have gone multiple weeks.
True. Well, let's say like one
day.
one week
no,
project.
I'm going to say in one day.
Okay, one day.
The most number of trips I've made to the store,
like
literal back
Home
and forth
Depot.
in one day, is 5.
I was going to say 5 or 6, yeah.
And it's...
Usually that's when I'm going for him.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like the little, I just go and pick up things, but sometimes you have to do it.
Chris Spivey, how do you ensure an oak tabletop will stay flat for years and years?
I feel like there should be a joke there. I don't know what it is, though.
The easiest way to do that, Chris, would be to have some type of bracing underneath, like C-channel. And you can recess, that's a very popular thing to do these days. Just search YouTube for C-channel. You can recess C-channel into that as long as it's thick enough. And that would be what would be the easiest way. Let's see here. Oh, lots of people on Instagram talking about what's helping them change the pace and everything. That's awesome. Do you use the joiner first or planer? Billy, it depends upon how warped the wood is. If the wood is very warped,
it's like a tongue
I will use a jointer first, especially if it's cupped, and get it a flat face, then go to the planer. If it's already pretty flat, I'll just skip plane it on the planer, which means just turning it every time I plane it, and that will work. So, all right. We are going to sign off on Instagram. Oh my gosh, I'm about to fall over.
What are you doing?
Sorry, this table's not locked. Hey, what is up, guys? We're going to sign off. We are still going live for at least another 15, 20 minutes over on YouTube. Come join us over there. It's Fix This Build That Live is the second channel, not the main channel. Come join us. We'd love to have you over there, and let us know in the comments if you come over. If not, we'll see you guys next Sunday. All right, guys, have a great week. Build something awesome. Happy New Year. Okay. So, adios to those folks.
Adios to those folks.
Yeah.
I know.
The 2-3-year-old FTBT videos lately.
Yes.
Rory, nice. What have you been digging over there, Rory? Did I do anything good? Actually, interestingly enough, I was looking at, so end of the year, I like to track my stats, as you guys probably can imagine.
Rick Roberts came over from IG.
Rick,
welcome,
what's up,
Rick.
Dude?
He said, "Weird, you were backward on IG."
I know, exactly.
My IG is so backward.
It is. And so at the end of the year, I do kind of a big look at the stats from the year and looking at video performance, subscribers, revenue between ads and YouTube and all this stuff, and just doing basically like a business review, right? Like you would at the end of the year. And one of the things I was doing was looking at the YouTube videos in the studio, which is the YouTube kind of analytics backend. And you can hit this button and it will sort them by like highest videos. And I was kind of curious because it also has the date that you launched them. And I was curious to see how many of my new videos were up there. And I'll tell you what, 2018 was like prolific.
You were crazy pants.
2018,
crazy pants. That's
like,
the technical term.
It was definitely overweighted in 2018. My top, let's call it the top 15 videos. There were definitely more 2018 videos than any other year. And some of that makes sense because they've had longer time just to pick up views. But others of those were
You just put out a lot of stuff that year.
And we put out a lot that year.
Well, that was when I was back to teaching. You were home alone.
I know.
Yeah, look at your face. But you were lonely.
But I was lonely with all my views. But that was
I was there, I remember.
The staining, the tree house, playset, restoring the playset.
Oh, yeah.
That was the wireless charging.
Which one? Oh, the desk.
The wireless charging desk.
No, that was the next year.
That was 2018, baby.
Are you sure? That was when I stopped teaching.
Listen to me. I know what I'm talking about.
I don't think that's true.
All right. Would one of you please go look up the wireless charging desk and just in the comments write what date that was?
Okay, well, it might have been 2018.
Listen, there's no might. It was smack in the middle of the year.
Well, 2018, so when I taught, it was 17 to 18. So that was like going into the fall of 2018 when I was no longer teaching. So really, we were both right.
No, not at all. I'm waiting. Somebody's going to, I believe it was August of 2018.
Lie and say it was 2019.
No.
I'll send you a hat.
I'm going with August
kidding,
18th,
we don't have any.
2018.
Okay.
But I'm just
Moving
going to stop
on.
talking until somebody starts.
Jeez. We're going to wait them out.
Anyway, but we had all those. We had a couple. We had I think the tiling video, the bathroom remodel, like one. Anyway, so there's like a lot of stuff. So yeah, if you're looking for some videos, if you really want some bad videos, go watch my 2016 videos.
Oh, geez. Well, no, that relates. Rick Roberts, who came over from IG, says, looking back, how bad was your first video?
Oh, horrible.
How bad was it?
I don't even remember.
What was it? What did you do?
Tool Whisperer, what's up?
Hey, Tool
Oh,
Whisperer.
and Joaquin, I can't read that. What does it say? Buitrago? August 7th, 2018. I was off.
All right,
by 11 days.
fine. By 11. This is what I'm married to. This is what I have to deal with every time you win. Actually, you don't do that every time you win,
No.
which would be really
Only-
annoying because he wins a lot.
I do. Thank you for looking at that. By the
He's
way,
usually a very
feel free to go
gracious
back and
winner.
watch the video. I
Yes.
just got a handful of 1 second views. Click off. No.
Whatever, you told them to do it.
I know I did.
Yeah.
But yes, the what were we just talking about?
I don't even know. Something about the table.
I was about to go.
The
Were we
videos.
answering a question? I have no idea. I just got
We
completely
got
sidetracked.
lost.
Yeah, I dig it. Oh, right here. A lot of track in the projects. It's pretty pricey. Have you ever considered using micro jig dovetail clamp system?
It is.
Joaquin.
Comments are flowing over here.
I have tried to use the micro jig, what do they call it? The track fit. Did you say what it's called?
I didn't
Whatever it's
even hear the
called. I
question.
forget what it's called. But
Oh, I see.
the dovetail fit, the match fit is what they call it.
You get pretty close on his last name.
Oh, good.
Good job.
Good on that. I have tried to use it, and I did not like it. The reason I didn't like it was, so I tried to make a whole grid system, and it's a great idea, but I had issues keeping the lines straight. And I was using a router table also, which I thought like, oh, this will be a breeze. I'll just set it up and zip through. So if you falter at all when you're doing that, then your track. And if you're not familiar with what that system is, it's basically you cut dovetails along the board, and then they have these clamps and stuff that fit in there. And so because it dovetails like that, then it resists pulling up, and so you can clamp things down, and you can do like a whole grid. Well, if you have any type of
Match fit?
match fit, yeah, I already said
I
that.
just knew that.
I'm
Just
sure you
kidding.
did.
Joaquin told me that.
So if you have any type of variance off of a straight line, then it becomes impossible to run those things through. And so that's what I ran into. I was doing the whole thing, and they didn't all go bad, but like one or two went bad out of like a grid of 8 this way and 6 this way. And it just aggravated me so much because like I just kind of faltered just a little bit. And if you're off at all when you're cutting those grooves, then you can't move your track past that, or your stop or whatever. So I was like, forget this. So no, I have not done that. But it is very cost effective in the sense that it's, there's an investment up front to get the bit and like all the setup stuff. But if you can do it reliably, it's a good system. It is a good system. I don't, for whatever reason, I just had troubles with it. I stink. I can't do no easy lines.
It's about electric.
Oh yeah, Jill's double
Jill's
pole
trying to get it
breaker.
done, man.
Double pole breaker.
She doesn't want to be cold in her shop. I can support that. Yep.
I can support that too. The absolute best tool I've ever added in my shop was the mini split that we did. When was that? Was that in 2018?
That was, I think,
At
or
least.
2017.
Yeah. So
It was not early enough, but it wasn't. But
it's not early
it's been
enough,
a good
but
period of time.
Yeah. So we've had that here for at least 2 years now, and it's been fantastic.
Jill wants
It's just
to-
been the best.
Jill wants to know, did you do a separate dedicated circuit on your main board or a separate board for electric?
Yeah.
I think that was directed at us.
Sure. So we did a sub panel. So there's a sub panel off the main. When it's not even off the main, ours is set up really weirdly. So we've got like a main that's exterior that then comes into what you would consider the main, big one that's got 30 or 40 different ones that runs everything in the house. But then I was able to do a sub panel off of that exterior one, so the other one doesn't come off of the interior. It actually comes from the outside main, so it's like our interior main, a shop main, and then like one for the AC and another one for the other AC and the mini split unit. And so yes, it does have its own dedicated, and I believe it's 60 amp. So it's not a lot of power, but I just, I don't use enough at any one time to go over that.
Yep. All right, another question. What Hello Darkness wants to know, which do you like more, content creating or woodworking?
Content creating.
Okay.
By far. I just because I enjoy I like figuring out how things work and like how to win on a platform or a system. And when I say how to win, I mean like I love going to a new platform and figuring out how to pick up followers, how to connect with people there, and like how to just get in and understand the platform and know what people want and then fill that need and then like make new connections there. Woodworking, similar. So certain parts of woodworking I really enjoy, which I would say like right now it's like the exploration. But if it's just like building cabinets, I've said this a lot, I don't necessarily enjoy building cabinets. I love the outcome. So like this behind me just makes me so happy.
Well, and like engineering,
shop cabinets.
Like I remember when you added all the little storage cubbies and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was, you were pretty jazzed about that because it's like finding a different twist
and it's
on
that
something.
Same, but it's kind of the same idea that I was figuring out how to make that the best.
Right.
Like figuring out how to get the best shop storage.
Right.
Right. And so that's the part that I like. I like using my brain to figure stuff out. The actual physical making of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also in the stuff that I'm building too. Like I'm building cabinets and stuff that's not super exciting. Maybe if I was doing like hand cut dovetails, it would be more zen and I'd be like, but it's not.
Yeah. Okay. Also, let's see. Montman wants to know what's your table saw of choice, I think he means, in the market for a new table saw.
Yeah, I think maybe he came over. I think
Did you already
thought
answer
I answered that one over there.
Oh.
But SawStop, yeah, SawStop by far. SawStop is the king of table saws in my opinion, and not just because of the flesh detection that will save your digits, but because it's an awesome table saw.
Yeah.
So.
Also that it saves your digits. It's pretty important.
Also that it saves,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be able to flip somebody off for the rest of your life. She didn't hear that one. T-Hub, Happy New Year, my man. I told Taylor that he missed the Hazy Thing IPA, but he's okay.
Yes, it was good.
Yes.
We enjoyed it.
Let's see here. Rick, Tennessee, there is no state income tax in Tennessee. That is
they were
correct.
discussing that.
But the income tax, the sales tax is extremely high.
It's pretty high, yeah.
I think we're like 9.75 now
it's
in
going
some
up.
areas, but and the business tax is very high. Tennessee is one of the worst states to own a business in.
Good times.
Interestingly enough, which I did.
Which we found out. But it's good for, it
all works out.
I think it all like when
because,
we come out ahead a little bit, right? Don't you think?
What it ends up being is that so in Ohio,
which is where we moved from.
I think the state at that point in time, I think it was like 6.1, and it's very different because it's like you have state, municipality, as well as like then if you work somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So like I was paying like 3 or 4 taxes at one point because
it's kind of crazy.
I paid like Evendale tax plus Cincinnati tax plus Ohio tax plus like
and like the little ones are not as they're not a lot, but it adds up
to about 6.1%.
Yeah.
And that's the rate for the Tennessee. It's a 6% tax on business, and so it's it's basically like you do have an income tax if you own a business. If you're self-employed and have a corporation, if you're a sole proprietor, you can get around that, which we were for a long time, but
not anymore. So yeah.
I keep wanting to put this, but I'm like I'm gonna
rings on your new.
It's gonna be like the Mac Daddy of all coasters.
Oh,
how much better are woodpecker tools than other brands? Mike Vasic.
Isn't that the...
I'm going to say not relative to the price. They are not as better than other tools as they are more expensive than other tools, in my opinion.
So what's the deal?
They are for sure directionally more, but they charge a premium. and I think they do that for a reason. But they charge a premium because of the machining and the actual work that goes into it.
The
but on
packaging
top of that,
is fantastic.
Yes,
say that.
and that too, right?
Yeah.
Like they send their stuff out in like MDF hangable, so it's like it's a premium brand, and that's the way they've positioned themselves. So it's the same thing as saying like, how much better is a Mercedes than a Toyota? Like well,
they're both going to get you where you're going.
It depends on what you're looking for.
Right.
But you're definitely paying a bit for status. And I'm not a big fan of paying for status. They're great tools. Like I said, do not get me wrong. They're fantastic tools, but you're also paying a bit extra for having the red woodpackers, because that's how they position themselves. But they're extremely nice tools.
Oh my gosh. Okay, David wants to know, has John asked you to partake in Joe Diffie Fridays, and will you?
No, he is not.
I've only caught those a little bit. Yeah. What does he do? He just gets silly?
He just sings Joe Diffie songs.
Oh.
I had to remind John to do Joe Diffie Fridays a few times, and then he got in a groove for a while. I haven't seen him do them lately.
Is John a big country music guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he loves like Luke Combs is.
Oh, he's got a great voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
He went to, I think, yeah, like a picture with him. He had backstage passes or something.
Dang, I guess
or like
he was
a
then.
meet and greet, not backstage. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. What else we got? Just got a heater in the shop, and it's amazing and strong. I bet, dude. There. Oh gosh, there we go.
We went too far.
Yeah, we tend to do that.
Yes.
The government's going to get some money one way or the other. You got it, Brian. Sales tax of 10% and income up to, whoa, where's that at?
What now?
Black Mini?
10%, what? Where is he?
I don't know.
No, I just saw him.
It said love those cabinets.
Oh, Black Mini, where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
Is Tennessee property tax
decent?
Yes, it's not horrible. It's not as bad as Cincinnati was.
Now,
Cincinnati was really bad.
If you have kids,
because we don't in Cincinnati, in Ohio, they fund the schools through the real estate tax.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Which is kind of makes it not fantastic in some ways for Ohio. Not to get too far into this, I was an educator. Mm-hmm. If you live in a school district with really nice houses and people that are paying their taxes, then your school's getting a lot of money because they value it based on, how much your property is worth. Or if you have a big corporation like GE in your backyard, then they pay taxes too, and that's a big deal. But if you live in an area or like a school district where the houses are not as expensive, or there's a lot of Section 8 housing, or it's not as valuable property taxes, then they're getting less money. And so they haven't figured that out as far as I know in Ohio. It's like the haves and have-nots. And we moved here, and in our county it's nice because they just put up schools wherever they need them because it's the whole county is the school district.
Yeah, the whole.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of individual school districts like it was in Ohio.
Right. So if they need another high school, they'll just make a high school.
But they also don't change, because that's the other thing that's kind of interesting here is that because we're in the county, they can redraw, and they do it all the time. They redraw school zoning. Just like literally every year they redraw it, and we're right on the edge of one of the lines. And so
yes, we are.
The school lines, and so since we've been here, we've been in and out of schools, and in Ohio, it's when you buy in, you're they don't change it because that's just what it is. So,
but here it's all it can be very different.
There's lots of different
and
nuances.
But because we don't have those high property taxes, it's great and all. But the school districts, I just don't think they get as much money as other states do. So the PTOs are huge. They have to be huge, or the schools wouldn't have. Literally, and we live in a good district. I mean, the schools are great schools in Tennessee, but if they did not have strong PTOs and parents chipping in, they're always asking for money every fall. They wouldn't have anything extra or fun for the kids because they don't have that money coming in. So it'd be really interesting to know. I guess in my mind, northeastern states are the ones where schools are I don't know, they just do very well there typically. Yes. And I wonder how they fund them, but I don't know. I don't know anything about that. So
done talking about schools.
I know. Sorry.
Susan.
End of tangent.
Get Susan on schools. Yes.
That was pretty short.
Yes.
So anyway, it's different.
Yeah. Rick says 1% business tax in Texas. That would be nice. Yeah. Tennessee is one of I think there's only 3 or 4 states that it's like they say like don't have an LLC in these 4 states, and it's like I know it's Tennessee and New York. I don't know what the other 2 are. One of them might be Colorado, but I can't recall.
I don't know.
But for sure Tennessee, they get you. They get you good. It was nice when I was a sole proprietor, but we incorporated, and there's reasons for doing that too.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What? Does property tax? Yeah, I don't know. It's all
gravy.
All gravy. So, yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up and potentially go watch something. But I didn't get it cut. I have the so be on the lookout. The Impossible Dovetail cutting board. If you joined a little late, Taylor, I'm looking at you. This was the prototype, and this is going to turn into a larger board, not that much larger, but larger, and it's going to have dovetails on all 4 sides. And so you'll have to wait and watch to see how I did that or do that. I haven't done it yet. But it's going to be a really fun video and lots of just kind of learning and exploring. And I hope you guys like that style video. I'd love to hear in the comments when that comes out, and obviously the next one of these that we have after the video. I'd love to hear your input and thoughts on that, because that's kind of the direction we want to go, is like more exploratory and kind of just learning new skills and exploring new things, like I said earlier. But yeah, that's what we're going to try to
more
do a bit
inquiry
and see where it goes.
Figuring things out.
Well, I feel like more inquiry and less daiquiri.
Because we drink so many daiquiris.
It's the only thing I can come up with.
No, I feel like
inquiry.
Like I've talked about this before.
I didn't get a good show title.
I know. I was thinking about that.
What's a good show
we
title?
did sing some songs. It could be Poop and Biddy. That could be the title.
That I was thinking about
Biddy
that.
Poop.
Poop and Biddy. I'm going
anyway,
for it.
Poop and Biddy.
Poop and Biddy.
Yeah.
Poop and Biddy.
But no, what were you saying just now? What were you saying?
No idea.
I don't know either.
We're done.
I don't know. We're running out of things.
Exploring new things and like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Inquiry
versus daiquiri.
Yeah, I got something. It was amazing, but I don't remember
All right, guys.
it.
Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week and your first full week of 2021. By the way, my mom is, I don't want to get like political, but this isn't political, but it can be. The vaccine. My mom is getting the COVID vaccine, so it's so cool.
You said the vaccine. It's not political. For a lot of people it is, but we are not taking a political stance on it.
We're all ready. I have to imagine.
We're ready to not be locked
ready
down.
to be, back to normal. If I hear that said one more time, I don't think we're ever going to go back to the way we were.
Not completely, no.
But ready to be able to get out, see family and friends without worrying about spreading COVID and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. So like my mom, and I won't say that. She'd probably be like, "You said how old I was on your live." Anyway,
she's at an age where she can get the vaccine
before others.
Yes.
And so she's getting it. And
she's getting it.
I can't wait, man.
Like January 22nd or something.
I'm so sick of wearing masks.
She has like
out
a date though. I mean, like I
everything.
Seriously am so surprised that it's
fast.
going to be so quick. I mean, I think
fast.
maybe it also might be because we have so many cases here that maybe we're getting more.
Yeah.
Because I think they did that based on need.
Listen,
maybe not. I don't know. I could be making that up.
We think people should be wearing masks. If you don't wear a mask and you think that that's stupid, then whatever. You can think that.
You're allowed to think your own thoughts.
Everyone
can think their own thoughts.
Yeah, but
we just don't want it to spread, and we don't want to be the reason that it can spread or will spread.
Wear your mask. That's our stance.
Right. But let's just get rid of this thing. Like I'm so ready.
That's my whole point.
So your mom is like she's so funny. She's like, I can't wait to get the vaccine.
She's like gonna go.
She's like, I'm gonna go out and do everything. She's gonna go paint the town red once she's had the vaccine.
We're like, Mom, you can still
wearing the mask because you can still spread it.
Right.
Yeah,
but it's all good. So,
yeah, it'll be nice.
But hopefully, man, golly day, I would love to. I just want to travel. I feel like
I know. Yes.
I want to travel. I want to
so
fly.
ready.
I want to go do.
I want to fly.
I want to fly. I want to
we
spread
had
my wings
talked about
and fly.
we had talked about going.
I want to go to maker meetups and.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about the maker meetups. I'm saying we had talked about going. Brad and I going without kids, to an island in the Caribbean or something, or even Florida if it comes to it, just something by ourselves. But we haven't been able to do that because COVID. So
we're ready.
We're ready.
Done. 2021.
It's going to be our year of travel.
Let's let this be the year.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. On that note,
we can hope.
You guys have a great
have
a great rest of the week. Get out there, build something awesome. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you next Sunday. All right. See you guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Look, Andrew said he's getting the vaccine.